So a couple of days back, I was asked about my setup for the ramp launch thing in level 4. So I'm going to show you the way I do it. And also, sorry for the audio quality on the recordings. It's got a bit messed up because my OBS isn't working right. But yeah, enjoy. Okay, so once you get here, there's a couple different setups for this, but I'll show you the simple one first. So you line the corner of this ramp up with that weird square in the building in the background. You want to make sure that there's enough paint down. And then you move your cursor down from here. It takes a while to like find exactly where to do it, but it's a bit low. It still should work. Just around this area, and then just run at the corner, and you should make it up. So after you've got a feel for the slower setup, I'd recommend moving on to just going for it instead of lining up and everything, because it's still a 7-second time save-ish. I think that's my own estimate, but it's you save a lot more time if you just go straight for it and reset your run when you don't get it. But the way I usually do it is I go quite close to the ramp instead of going back here to line up, and you kind of just want to angle yourself towards this area. It's like 2/3 of the way up the ramp, and then you just have to get a feel for it really and try it out quite a few times, but you should be able to eventually get this like that. It's not that difficult once you've done it a few times really. It's quite lenient as long as you're going high enough up without going in this last third of the ramp. Yeah, some tips I'd recommend for this is maybe line this up and try and learn this position. If you can do that, then you should just be able to run straight for this after you've placed it. And once you've got that, then just move it closer and closer to the ramp, because you only need to run on this paint for a couple seconds to get your full speed to get up there. So I think it's better to line up closer to the ramp, just a little bit of a time save. I'm going to try and show now what this trick's like in a full run of this level. The main time gain from this is really just lining up fast, which is kind of annoying because it's pretty precise. I mean, if you've spent enough time practicing it, it's very consistent. I don't usually mess this up in runs. But yeah, it's just the same setup as before. Line up to this corner and go for it. Well, there you go. A lot of the time when I do it, it's a bit, dangerous and off the edge, but you can always kind of strafe towards the building. I'd recommend shooting for the corner though, because you get closer to the end of the level that way, if you're trying to optimize it as much as possible. So I'm going to show now the slower setup, which I don't do in runs, and I haven't ever done in runs, but I don't really think you should use it. It's just useful for practice, but in case you can't get the other method consistent and you just want to get on with the rest of the tricks for the moment, then you can try this. As you can see, it's quite a lot slower in a run. I mean, that was my first attempt ever doing it, but I'm sure you could speed it up, but if you're putting that much effort into it, I'd recommend just learning the other method. And the easiest way to get it consistent is just practice it and try a few different things. Find your own setup for it, really. Like, I wouldn't recommend following mine exactly. I can't really tell you exactly how to do it. It's more just you have to feel it out and try enough things until you get it right. But yeah, hope that helped.